Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I thought it would be a really fun idea to show you some new Hoyas I got, but I'm also going to be rotating out some Hoyas. I have 6 new ones, and then I also have 6 that I'm letting go. If you're new to my channel or you haven't been watching for that long, I have a pretty large plant collection. I wouldn't be surprised if I have probably close to 300 mother plants and then another 400 to 500 propagations or small plants that I'm growing out for my shop. I invest in what I call mother plants, and so I'll either get cuttings in or small plants, grow them out. That way I can see how the plants grow. Do I like this plant? Does it propagate well? Does it do well in like household conditions? Stuff like that, and then I get a feel for the plant. Does it do well in the shop? But I also just can't keep adding because then I would have an overwhelming amount of plants. And so plants that I feel like I just no longer want to grow, or maybe I've gotten some free cuttings with purchases. I feel like a lot of the plants I have had for a long time that are in my collection, but I feel like I've gone through so many different phases of growing different kinds of plants, and so I know what I kind of like and what I've evolved into. I'm always like phasing plants out. I don't always show that on camera, but I have let go of, I don't know how many this year, but I have like phased some out like through my shop. I've sold like some of my last plants of it, and I am going to be getting rid of 6 more Hoya today. Well, I shouldn't say today because they're going to be listed in the shop. I think some of them, one of them I'm going to propagate, and so I'll have a few plants of those in the future. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll start with the new ones first. I actually pre-opened 2 packages arrived yesterday, and I just wanted to make sure they arrived okay. So I like opened and checked, but I put them back in their like box, but I haven't done anything with them, so I'll do that and take care of them today. One I've actually had for probably 6 weeks, and the one that's not here, I'll just insert that footage before we get to the plants that I'm letting go. All right, new plants. I'm gonna start or show you the one that I've had the longest. Like I said, I've had this one for about 6 weeks, and I got this actually as 2 small cuttings, and it is just now starting to push new growth on, I think, just one of the cuttings. And I don't see a ton of roots yet. I've had this rooting in stratum and perlite like I usually do with new cuttings, and I have it in quarantine still. It's in a bin actually behind the tables over there, and it's getting pretty good light, humidity, all of that. So I feel like just this cutting is taking a bit because it is lighter in color, and so I feel like because of that, it's just taking a little bit longer to establish. But this is Hoya Walleniana variegated, and I got this one because I like the sunstressing to pink. Let me show you up close. I actually never heard of this Hoya until a few months ago. I saw a picture that somebody posted, and it was so sunstressed and pretty. And so I went on my search for it, and I found someone who was selling a couple cuttings, and the cuttings were the sunstress color. I didn't actually sunstress this, and it's held up well because I have it under grow lights. But that pink is so pretty. I actually really love the veining too. So very happy with the purchase, and I like getting smaller cuttings because 1, it's cheaper, and 2, I get to grow it out and see how, you know, fast it grows and all that. I feel like this one is definitely going to be a bit slower, but we'll see here. But it's a very beautiful Hoya, and I'm excited to see it grow more. All right, let's start with some other new ones. All right. Oh. Now this seller put in a freebie in here, which was so nice of them. So I have another plant, another Hoya that I don't know if I'll keep. We'll see here, because I have one that's similar to it. They also included a free thing of soil mix for the cutting, which was kind of cool. So that was really nice of them to include that. And this polyfill is the softest floof I have ever felt. I don't know, it's different than the polyfill I get. It's so soft. It's like a pillow. So I got this as a cutting, and this one was not on my wish list. So on my wish list, I had, I think, 6 Hoya, and I did end up getting one already, I think. I can't quite remember, but I have put some new ones on there this year. And this was one of them. I did not think I was getting this Hoya this soon. One of the shops I browse posted it. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and get it because it is still expensive right now, and I thought it was a good price for a cutting, so I can go ahead and get it rooted and established and grow it out. But it's a type of Lacinosa, and it's Lacinosa lumina. So I saw this Lacinosa earlier this year in like a mature specimen, and it's gorgeous. I do have a lot of Lacinosa varieties, and I actually am downsizing 2 Lacinosas. But this one I just really like the mother plants, like the bigger specimens are beautiful. And I love the elbow on the outside, and I love the splash and the color and everything. But like I said, it's just a cutting. This is exactly how it came to me. I haven't checked in here yet. I don't think it's rooted or anything, but I'm gonna get it cleaned and potted up into probably stratum perlite, because that's what I like to do. Yeah, it's just in a little thing of tissue there. It's a really beautiful Lacinosa. I love the elbow. Like that. So again, I'm very excited for that one. Let's see. And the free one, let's go ahead and show you the free. They actually put 2 of them in here, which was so kind of them. It's very sweet. And it does look like one in my collection. I'm not sure if it's the same. I actually hadn't heard of this, the name. It's pronounced Hoya Wilbergii. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but it has sun stressing, so it has like a pink sheen to it there, and a bigger one here. They have numbers. It's called Hoya Wilbergii round leaf, and then it's DMW001C. It kind of reminds me of the verticulata. It's like a heart-shaped one. It looks similar to that. So that was very kind. I was not expecting that at all. It's a very beautiful Hoya. I love the pink sheen, so I'll probably end up keeping one and then letting one go. But same thing, they're just cutting, so I'll have to root them and everything first. But that was so nice. So I got that one. More of the soft, the soft floof, and I got a nursery pot, which is definitely keeping that. All right, and next up, I actually have 3 Hoya cuttings in here, and they shipped this in like an insulation tote. I did peek at these last night, like I said, just to make sure that they didn't die or anything like that in transit. Ooh, floof. All right, I'm excited. One of these was on my wish list. One I had added on, well actually technically 2 of these were on my wish list, but I had already gotten one, and then one was a new one I had put on my wish list, but again, I wasn't expecting to get it so soon. That's the thing, because sometimes I'll search for a plant that's on my wish list just to see, maybe like once a month or once every few weeks, just to see what comes up, who's selling it. And then I find a specimen that I might want to get that I feel like is a good price, and then what happens is I browse their entire shop and I'm like, what else do they have available? And that's when I get in trouble. That's when I get more than I intend to. But I save on shipping costs and everything because, you know, I buy them together. So I ended up buying 3 Hoyas from this person's shop. Whoops. Oh wait, here's my paper for this one. Okay, so let me show you the first ones because this is a different specimen, and I really liked this specimen. So you guys know, or if you don't know, Hoya calypsiorum, I have been searching for a specimen for the longest time, and I actually imported one. The import's actually doing well. It's definitely going to survive, but you know, it's in the bins over there, and I plan on leaving it like that for some time until I get like a good root system. but it's going to survive. But that one is like a Calypsium splash. And then I found this specimen and I really liked the color, and it is very splashy as well. It's technically Calypsium and it has a number. It's NAPC037. But here she is. So we got one leaf, and you guys, the back of this leaf is like felt. It feels like, I don't know if you've ever felt, but it's so soft. It's crazy. I guess there's like little, I don't know if it's like little fine hairs, but it's so cool. I haven't taken this out of their setup, but I'm going to. But this one has like a growth tip here, and I do see a little bit of roots peeking out. I can't tell exactly what that substrate is, but I'm going to take it out and I'll show you. I'm going to go ahead and clean these and get them transitioned into my stratum and perlite. But yeah, I really wanted another one when I saw this one because I liked the green color and the splash, but I liked the rough edges. And it's a little bit more raised, like the veining. So I kind of fell in love with this specimen. So I'll have 2 Calypsiorums to grow out. All right, next up, this one was on my wish list. This is Hoya I've Albo. It's just a cutting, like I said, it's one leaf, but the blooms, I wanted this one for the blooms because they are gorgeous. I feel like these ones are still hard to find. But like I said, the cutting was a bit cheaper, so I just opted for a cutting. I don't know how rooted this one is. You can actually see the stem right down there. It has like a little root peeking out. And so it's just one leaf cutting, and it doesn't have a growth point or anything yet, but that's what the leaf looks like. So Hoya Solowinsiana, and it has the albo along the edge. I don't know how much of the albo will continue on this cutting, but again, I really just got this one for the blooms. I like how long that leaf is. I don't really have Hoyas that have really long leaves like this. So that is that one. I'm glad I finally acquired a cutting of that. And the third cutting in this order was the more expensive one out of the bunch, but I have been looking for this one. And I found this one earlier this year before I had, like after I had already made my wish list, but I immediately put it on because I just think it's a beautiful Hoya. And I feel like the coloring on mine is really good. This is Hoya Rangsan Albo. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Rangsan. And that's what she looks like. I think the specimen is really good. I love the outer variegation, the albo, and then you can see a little bit of that splash. It's like 2 different tones. And then I don't think there's a growth point or anything yet either. And I can see there's like a little root right there. So I'll have to see how rooted that is, but I'm excited. I think the mature plants of this one is really beautiful. All right, that's it for the Hoyas that are currently here. Now the one that's coming tomorrow, I'm excited about too. I do have Hoya Carnosa Madara Snow Angel, and I have been toying with the idea of getting a green edge for a bit. And so my Hoya Madara Snow Angel is growing, but it's very slow. It actually like lost 2 of its first leaves already, which I thought was so strange. And I don't think I overwatered it or anything. But it is pushing new growth again, and it's just taking forever. I do really love that Hoya, but I don't think it's one that I'm going to be able to propagate that often or anything. But the green edge, I feel like that one is going to grow a lot faster because it does have more green. So I do really like this plant, and I'm happy I decided to go ahead and get it because that way I can grow it out and just see how it performs and how it does for me. I don't think it's one that I'm going to dislike or anything. I feel like I'm really going to like having that one in my collection. And it's a Carnosa I really love, like Hoya Carnosa varieties. I do have a few already. That is all of the new Hoya. I'm really excited to grow them all out. I feel like I'm going to have some favorites out of this bunch for sure. So super excited to have them. And now I'll go ahead and show you the plants that I am downsizing. Before I do that though, I'm going to wash my hands, and I'm going to take care of these Hoyas after I show you the ones I'm downsizing, and I'll give you one last look at them. What I'm going to do is just clean them off in the sink. I'm going to scrub them with soap like I do and pot them in stratum and perlite, and then I'll isolate them, quarantine them probably for like a good 4 to 6 weeks, and then I'll eventually transition them to like my Hoya area over there. But I like to quarantine new plants for a while because I just don't want any surprises to pop up. I have gotten some surprises with some plant mail, and so yeah, I just don't want to bring anything else into my collection. I have had a time there last year with mealies, and I've had thrips before, and yeah, those are the two pests that I most, I don't want to deal with. Spider mites I can deal with and stuff like that, and gnats, but yeah, I like to get rid of the old substrates now. I usually like to let them acclimate for a week, but lately I've been doing it after like a day or two because I don't know what it is. I just like to trash the old substrate that they came with and start fresh and isolate the plant. When you have a large collection and you're selling plants, one slip up could really jeopardize your collection. And yeah, I'm just really anal about that, but I'll show you some of that process here in a bit. But yeah, I'll be back. Let me wash my hands and I'll show you the ones that I'm downsizing. We got a clean workspace. All right, now the ones that I'm downsizing, one of them is not here because I did downsize officially the last prop that I had, yay! But it's Hoya Papachonii, and the reason I downsized that one is I did grow it out, but I didn't really love it. I actually thought the blooms were kind of ugly. And I have Hoya discipulae, which has the egg beater blooms, and I love that Hoya so much. The leaves and stuff are very similar, and I didn't really want two similar Hoyas because I am trying to curate a collection that I love, and if I'm not really feeling the plant and I tried growing it and I don't love it, then I don't really want to hang on to it. And that one I didn't even pay for anything. It was a free gifted cutting with a purchase, and so I tried growing it out. I just didn't love it, and it does throw a lot of seed pods. I did notice that with this one. I didn't really try growing that Hoya from seed just because I knew in my head that I was going to downsize it. It does grow like pretty quickly, but yeah, I just like Hoya discipulae a lot more. So that one is officially gone. Let's start with the one that I've had the longest. I got this Hoya, gosh, I don't remember, probably like in 21 or 22. It's Hoya curtisii, and this is the original one with the splash. And this is the last prop, so I will be listing this one very soon. It's got so much new growth coming in. Now, I do think it's a really cute Hoya. I think the leaves are cute. I love the splash. But to me, it kind of reminds me of, I don't know if it really reminds me of Hoya Mathilde, but in a way that it does. And I also have Hoya serpens silver, which the leaves are smaller on that one, but I like that plant better. And I feel like this one is a little bit of, I would say, a more finicky one. I feel like it doesn't grow as quickly as some of my other Hoyas. Mine has never bloomed though. I've never gotten to see the blooms, which is kind of sad that I've had it for so long and it's never bloomed for me. But I feel like it's just time. I don't really love this Hoya anymore. And back when I had this Hoya, before I like chopped it all up, I mentioned I was thinking about downsizing it, and I decided, yeah, it's time. It's time to downsize it. But that's what the leaves look like. It's got so much new growth. It's crazy. It's like popping out vines every which way. So yeah, I just kind of fell out of love with this one. So last prop will be going soon, will be listed soon. I have two Lacinosa varieties, and then I have, let's do this one next. This one actually was a freebie as well. It was a free cutting with my purchase. And I do have one that's similar, and so I like that one more than this one. This is Hoya multiflora. I think it goes by Silver or Wonderfill. When I got it, I was told Wonderfill, so that's what I've been naming it as, but it does look, the leaves look pretty silver to me. That's what it looks like. Oh, down goes a piece of orchid bark. It does have a peduncle right up top that's wanting to come in. Now I do think the leaves are very, oh, there's another piece of bark. The leaves are very beautiful. Like I love the silver and the splash. Don't get me wrong, it's a very beautiful Hoya. I would say the only negative thing is it just grows straight up, I'm finding. And I have Hoya multiflora variegated, which I love. I have chopped that one back several times, but that one is more bushy and I love the variegated leaves. I sold a prop of it, was it a couple months ago? And I kind of regretted selling that one because the leaves were so pretty. It was so variegated. But yeah, I still have the base, which is regrowing. It actually has a bloom currently on it, so I can pop some footage of that on here. But because I have a multiflora and I'm trying to consolidate, I decided that it's time to part ways with this one. I did buy the multiflora variegated. So yeah, I feel like that's the only reason, just because I have two. I just feel like this one I don't want to keep or hang on to anymore. So yeah, that one, what I'm gonna do with this is just chop it all the way up and then I'll grow the props out, and I'll probably be able to make 1, 2, 3, probably like 4 to 5 more plants. And I do think I have another 3 or 4 props. So I'll be listing this one for a while, but once all those props are gone, then that's it. But I won't be keeping or growing this one out anymore. And this one here, the next one, this was actually a import. It was a free import. It was like gifted plants, but I got this one a couple years ago, and it's called Hoya species Garut VN246. I have been told this looks like Hoya, it starts with an A. I can't remember what that one is. The blooms look very similar, but because this is what was on the import, I don't want to like rename it to something. But it does have a current bloom that's open, so I can show you. This one blooms so easily. It looks like little tulips to me. It has a very soft scent as well. That's the foliage. That's what it looks like there. It grows fairly quickly, and I do feel like it blooms constantly. It throws so many peduncles. There's another one up top coming in. There's one down here coming in. There's almost like a peduncle on every node. I do have quite a few props of this one left, and so whatever I have currently is it. I'm not going to prop anymore, so if one grows extremely long or bushy, that's it. I'm just gonna sell it as is. Sometimes what I do is, if a plant grows kind of too big for shipping or like really tall, I'll end up cutting it back again, and then I can create a whole bunch of new plants. This is what happened with this one. I've tried letting this one go a few times, but I keep like cutting one plant back, and then I get like a whole bunch more plants out of it. But I mean, it's a really easy one to propagate and grow, and it does grow quickly, and the blooms are very beautiful. I just feel like I don't really love the leaf shape on this one. I honestly don't really know what it is. I just feel like I love a lot of my other Hoyas a lot more than this one. I mean, it's a very cute Hoya, and the blooms are really cute, and I really do like it. I just feel like I don't like it enough to keep it compared to some of my other Hoyas. So that's really it. That's really the reason, but it's a really easygoing Hoya, and again, the blooms are so cute on it. All right, the last two that I'm downsizing today, these are both Lacinosa, like I said, and they were both free, like free cuttings or free. I think this one was a smaller plant, this one here, and this one was a free cutting that I've grown. Now, I do have a lot of Lacinosa varieties, but some of them I like a lot. And these ones I just, no particular reason. I feel like out of the two of them, I like this one more, like the most out of all the plants I'm downsizing. So I was like questioning, should I downsize this one? I do believe this one is my last plant, and I was going to chop it back to prop it again, but I'm like, no. I think what I'll do is list this as like a fuller plant for the next restock. This one is Hoya Jawa Barut or something like that. I'll put the name on the screen. I don't have the tag with me, but it's a very pretty Lacinosa, like the splash on the leaves. I haven't seen it bloom yet, but a lot of Lacinosa blooms look very similar. This Lacinosa grows so fast. One of the fastest growing plants, Hoyas, that I have grown out. And it kind of like bushes a lot too. What it will do is shoot off a ton of new growth points all the time. And so you get like a really bushy plant, like it's doing it here. It's doing it here. It just like bushes. And so you get a really beautiful plant out of that. And again, it's very pretty. I have a lot of splashy Hoyas, and so I like some of my other ones more. I don't think I have any more of this one. I think this is the last one, but yeah, it's time. I'm gonna let that one go. And then last up on the list is this one. I don't really like this one at all. I don't like the leaf shape, and I don't like the way, I guess it is cool the way the leaves come in. I brought this propagation out just to show you the tones that it does. But I've sold so many of this plant, and again, it's another Lacinosa that grows so freaking fast. That's why I keep making so many plants of it, because one strand will grow like super long, and then I'll cut it, and then it like activates more growth, and then it gets bushy, and then I create, a bunch more plants out of that, but I'm not gonna cut it anymore. I just want to go ahead and get rid of this plant. So this variety is sulcata, S-U-L-C-A-T-A, Lacinosa sulcata. And the interesting thing about this Lacinosa is if you prop it, the leaves will come in almost like a white color, like this one is doing, this strand. If you guys know what Philodendron Florida Ghost is, it's kind of what it does. It comes in a more white color, and then it fades to a more minty color, and then it'll harden off to like a green splashy leaf like that. It's very interesting. I do like the tone shift. I think it's cool. I'm not really a fan of the spacing, like how wide it is. It kind of reminds me of like some philodendrons, how they grow long internodal spaces, and it kind of bothers me a bit. I like them more compact. But I do think the color shift is very unique on this one. And the, hardened off leaves are very pretty too. Some of them kind of come in like a round shape. It's like that. Some of them come in like really long. So a bunch of different shapes and everything to the leaves. I think it's time to let this go. And this was a free cutting with purchase as well. And so I wasn't really attached to it initially when I had this plant, and I was thinking like, do I want to keep it? But let me grow it out and see how it does. And now that I've had it for a bit, I think I've had this one for a year and a half or so at least. Now that it's grown, I think it's time to say goodbye to that one. See, I have a lot of these still that are growing right now. I think I did start like another 3 or 4 plants of that one. So I'll probably have that one for a bit, and yeah, whenever the last props go, that is it. I'm not growing any more out. But yeah, I feel good downsizing plants that I'm not in love with. And the thing is though, I usually don't miss plants when I downsize them. Like once they leave my collection, I'm like, I don't really miss this one. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna get those put away, and then I'm going to care for the new ones over at the sink, and then I'll give you like a final look at them. And then we'll get them put in quarantine, and I'll be excited. I'll update on those probably, I don't know the next time I'm doing some Hoya care. I'll probably do more Hoya care next month. So I'll probably give you an update on them, and I'm probably going to do a walkthrough. I was going to do it at the end of this month, but I might wait until April and do like a walkthrough and give you an update on how the plants are doing and everything. So maybe I can update you then on how the cuttings are doing. The only one I am missing is Carnosa Green Edge. So hopefully that comes in okay tomorrow and I'll get it set up the exact same way. I love all these new ones I got. They're so cute. I'm so excited to grow these out. Those and those. So you saw this one had a little bit of rot, stem rot, and the roots that had grown in were kind of mushy, and I just like pulled the sheath right out of there. So hopefully this one does okay. It should be fine because I've grown Hoya from like no stem at all. It was just, of course it had to be the most expensive one that was doing that. So of course, that's just the way it goes, I guess. So yeah, I think that wraps up today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. And the style of downsizing plants, but also getting new plants, because it's always fun to get new plants, and especially wish list plants or plants that you've been looking forward to growing, and hopefully, crossing my fingers, they all do well. I'll give you an update on them probably next month when I do the walkthrough. I'm not sure exactly when I'm doing it, but hopefully they root a little bit, and I don't think none of them have a growth point yet, so we'll see how they do. Let me know if any of these are on your wish list. I'm curious. I'm gonna grow them out for a bit, but if a lot of people are interested in a certain one, then I may prop it sooner, but we'll see how they do here. Hopefully they all do well. But yeah, thanks again so much for watching, and I will talk to you in the next one.